In this video, we are going to take a look at a 10-year-old's pitching mechanics named Liam. If you'd like to know more about the channel, consider hitting subscribe as we cover more pitching tips, drills, exercises, and workouts through the video. If you're new to the channel, I'm Coach Jason, 20-plus year pitching coach at the collegiate level. I've coached high school players, professional players, youth players, players of all kinds. You name the age, I've probably coached it at some level, at some point in time. I've worked with over 1,000 athletes, if not better, over the course of the last 20 years. I don't take my advice as expertise by any manner. I'm not a guru at this. I just provide my opinion to the baseball public, and hopefully it helps you guys get a little bit better out there in the space. Something fun I thought we would do today, or an idea I had before we jump into Liam here, is what about sending me a hat or a shirt or something to represent for you guys out there, because I have no idea. I'm doing these videos for people all over the country, so I thought it'd be fun if you have a little league team or something like that, and if I have your hat, then I will wear your hat in one of the videos if you want to send it. So what I'll do is provide a address to the facility that I work at, that you can send a hat or a t-shirt or something like that, and I'll be more than happy to represent your athlete's brand, because mostly this is parents or coaches that are learning. So I'd be interested in wearing that, just something fun to do out there, and I don't know, a little bit more engaged, you know what I mean? Hey, there's Coach wearing our Little League hat. I think that'd be fun. But diving into Liam here, this is what everyone's here for, not for me, right? We're here for Liam. So I thought we'd look at a few core points. If you're familiar with the channel, if you're not, then we'll cover the core points, because I have to assume that this is the first time that you're watching one of my videos. We're going to look at balance and posture. We'll look at set stance a little bit. We're going to look at balance and posture. Then we're going to look at arm angle and timing. Then we're going to look at stride and direction. The order I may have a little messed up. So it'd be balance and posture, stride length and direction, and then we're going to look at arm action and timing of the sequence of movements leading to the front leg landing, and then we're going to go into energy transfer. I call it the transition phase, energy transfer phase. That's where the hips rotate out and then bring the energy forward through the pitch. And then we're going to look at the throw, finish, and follow through stage. Try to keep it fairly brief. The videos are the videos, right? They just run the time they run. I do a little editing on them, but not too terribly much on the editing side, so they're a little raw. Anyways, I hope you guys are having a good Sunday, and let me know in the comments what you think about Liam. If I missed something right in the video, let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section below, and then also please give the video a like. It helps support the channel. I don't know why it's so tough to hit the like button. It's really weird, but I find myself doing that as well when I watch videos that I might like the content, but for some reason I just bounce out of the video. I understand, and I'm not criticizing you guys or anything like that. I'm just saying, if you can support me, please hit the thumbs up button, because it helps promote the video out to more people that may be interested. I don't know, I'm a baseball coach, I'm not a YouTube, and I say I'm not. I've been a YouTube influencer for the last 8 years now, so I don't know. I'm just throwing that out there for you guys, having a conversation on this wonderful Sunday. This is me and Frank White hanging out. I'd have had some questions on who that is. That's Frank White, 8-time Gold Glove Award winner with Kansas City Royals. It's a good friend of mine. I've had the pleasure of hanging out with over the years, and great baseball guy. So anyways, that's Frank White, and that's me when I was playing still. And then over here is one of my students' parents made me kind of this montage of pictures that I had posted at one time when I was coaching youth teams. And then this is a picture of some of the dudes that I played with for the Kansas City Monarchs, which was a really fun team before I retired. License plate, my book, and then my glove and a hat, and that's pretty much my office at the moment. So anyways, that's enough of me rambling right on Sunday. I've covered enough of that. Let's dive. We're all here for Liam, but Coach Jason's going on a rant, right? So I don't know. Let's have fun with it. Anyways, I appreciate you all tuning in. Appreciate all your support, especially over the years, the people that have been following the channel. And as I've pivoted into some different material here. So, okay, Liam, let's get into this. Let's see what's going on. Let's take a I know the video is a little dark or blur, you know what I mean? It's not the best quality, but it's the video we got. And oh yeah, before I get started, if you're interested in submitting a video for review, make sure it's horizontal shot, just like this video is. It plays better on the screen and I can look at it a little bit better. This view is fine. I also like back view. If you have back view, I can see a lot from there, or front view. So it just needs to be a horizontal video shot, and then email it over to me to the email address here in the video. So okay, we're going to dive into Liam now. Those of you that skipped all the way through it. Okay, let's push play and see what Liam looks like. Ready? 1, 2, 3, go. Okay, all right. I see a couple of things there to work on, but I see a couple of cool things too. You know, that's one thing when we're going through the videos. It's like, oh, what's wrong? But you know, sometimes it's like, what's right? This kid is a 10-year-old, right? So I don't want to sit here and crush 10-year-olds. It's not fun for me. So set stance, balance, set stance. Okay, so let me get my tools here. Okay, on the set stance, spacing. Okay, familiar, right? So when we're looking and we're analyzing this stuff, this is, again, if you guys like my style of kind of pitching wise, my set stance is about shoulder width apart. So if you're coming set, I want my feet to be just outside of my shoulder width. And then I like to preload the back hip. What that does is when we go into our load point, it helps with keeping the directional component intact when we're going to throw a pitch. Sometimes what I see with younger kids is when we load up, we drop down and forward. And what that is a velocity loss and a directional deficiency, right? So it causes a course of direction that we don't want to happen. So preload, and then we'll go into that. Hand set, right? So hand set would be like a fist width off of your chest, and it would look like either this, okay, to me is like comfortable break line, or it would have it set enclosed here, just so we would maintain tighter and keep the ball hidden a little bit longer. This is not a big deal for a 10-year-old though right now, okay? So we'll give him a little pass on this. It's hard for me to see. And what we want is everything to align. We want the ankle to align. I'm not worried about the front ankle, it's more about the back ankle. As the back ankle goes, the back knee in line, is the hip in line. You know, shoulders, is everything pointing to where we want the ball to go? If yes, then let's give it a check, right? Okay, so let's go into postures. Okay, I think we could preload this back hip a little bit, and I don't have this set up in front, like I can't stand up and show you, but like set your weight back into your back hip and bend your back knee just a little bit. Okay, and as we go into the load point, okay, I'm gonna say that this inversion is a little bit much here. So this twist in, a lot of times when we twist in, we twist back off. I'm not saying that's the case with Liam here, but it also, if you're twisting in this heavy, chances are you're going to pitch more towards the batter's box, the right-handed hitter's batter's box, and that's going to cross up your hips. That's going to drop your left shoulder. It's going to drag your arm. Like, there's all sorts of fun issues that can come with this. I would prefer it just be a little more squared up, and then you can just kind of invert the hip in and then drive it back down. We don't need to twist that much. Good flexibility, but I think this is a little overdone. This is my opinion. I like the toe down piece. That's good. This distance looks okay. He's looking down frame. Knees looks to me it looks a little unstable. Look at this real quick. Like, see how this bows like that? I don't know if I'm a big fan of that or not. That just caught my eye, so I don't know that I like that position. I would trim down this leg kick, especially if you're working with runners on base. This is going to be too much time. We're going to need to work quicker to the hitter. Okay, as we head down into the low balance break path, so he's getting ahead pretty well. Let's see how he stacks that back hip. So one thing I would think here at this point, it's not the end of the world. It's just something that every coach has their own styles, right? So like I have a style. What if we kick this leg forward like that and straightened it out? It's not the end of the world. I'm just thinking we might be able to hold the back leg just a little bit, maybe better. I don't know. I'm just trying to like stabilize, bring the front hip longer, front leg longer through it. I don't know. It's just my opinion on things, right? Okay, so the break looks rolled out. Like, I don't know. We'll see. I'll see what it looks like here, but yeah, you see you're like getting to it here. Remember, the timing of the separation needs to match. I actually think this timing is good, Liam. So like the body is syncing up well going through the stride length with the separation of the shoulders here and the separation of the hips here. All right, so I think that looks good. There's a little counteract to it where the shoulder stays in, where the front hip's rolling out. And then this back hip right here, this hip hinge, looks like it's stacking pretty well. Let me know what you guys think in the comments for Liam there. This line here I think is okay. This looks good. This angle is a little tough because of the video, but seems to be okay. The chest looks to be fairly in order. This tilt might be a little heavy. So we're tilting our shoulders like way to go uphill. A little tilt's good. That tilt may be a little bit much, so maybe we want to take a little bit lesser angle, right, as we go to it. And so what I'm saying is maybe a little lesser than that. Maybe it's more this angle here, something a little more direct to the target. Just something to maybe work on. It might keep you a little more in line and keep you upright a little bit more. Okay, so we go to the landing point. So there's that hip roll. I'm curious about the boundary. I know we didn't do our stride length test, but we'll get to that here in a sec. Okay, watch this front leg hit. Okay, and I want you guys to notice the momentum. So remember going back to the beginning where I was like, sometimes it crosses their hips up when they go into that big heavy load, that leg kick. And so what I see, here's what I see on this. this shoulder's dropping back and it's sucking his hips in this way, okay? And so his leg path is taking him towards the batter's box, but to keep himself centered, he's got to drop his shoulders back and then try to drive his arm through. So in terms of posture, what I want to do is go in a better straight line. So I bet you, like, see this toe here to that toe. What we want to do is that's probably not a straight line. So we want to have this front foot landing be more on this line and open up the hips so he can keep his chest square to his landing point, and then we can work through it and then around it versus dropping back like this and trying to roll into it. It's a very young thing to do. Left hand looks tight. Okay, that looks fine. This might be a little shallow here. It's nice and tight, but it looks a little low because of his left shoulder drop. So he's dropping his left shoulder to elevate his arm. I don't mind clearing a little bit of space, but sometimes in youth it could be a little bit more than we want, right? And this angle looks okay. I just think we need to fix this posture here. Keep your hips behind your heels when we pitch, right? Keep them behind your heels and then pitch forward into the target. All right, let's carry on. Nice little yeah, so right there, this is the hard part. He did a good job clearing the hips here. I like that. So they went forward, but because of the angle, right? So the angle is like this, and then his shoulders are sucked like that, and then it just rolls this way instead of square and then through and down, more like a corkscrew through your target. It's maybe a hard position to reach for younger ages. You have to like specially train it with some drills and stuff early. All right, good job, toe. I like this right here where he's kind of getting in, trying to hold. The problem is, look at the release height, guys, right? So he's going to release the ball well into where his foot is, I'm sure, because of that roll. So it'd probably be right around there. Yeah. And so see that left shoulder drop right here? If you guys are learning, see how this rolls. This is left shoulder drops here over his left hip like this, and then we buckle out like that. So the head's having a hard time staying on frame. So instead, like if you just stood up like this and pitched, look at the arm slot, right? Instead like this, trying to cure and throw a ball like this, why not just keep your shoulders upright, a little, maybe more like this angle, and then just elevate your arm right to your slot, and then throw your pitch through the target instead of dropping over to the side and then rolling through. It puts a lot of stress through here. So something to consider and work on is squaring up a little bit better to the target there. And I think it all starts at the beginning, guys, right? A lot of these issues here are just symptoms from the starting point, right? The starting point is where it all begins, and then it's a chain of events that goes down, right? We want the body to kind of sync up naturally a little bit, which he did on the timing of the separation piece, but all these little issues or nuances all come from the starting point. So if we can trim down the starting point, I think we can fix a lot of issues here, and then work a little bit more squared up. This can be easily conquered with a little bit more training, a little bit more drill work. I think this is easy fix. So yeah, the roll to the finish line. So on decel, see how this hip is not really clearing this way that well? So it's all dumped over left and then rolled left, instead of letting that back hip roll in and then go through the target a little bit better. So we need to maybe work on that a little bit more. Yeah, so anyways, that's 2 cents on that part. Same thing. I can't really tell here. This part is fine at the moment. I like make sure that we lock in the front leg, right? Again, this is a 10-year-old boy, so have fun pitching, man. Don't make it more stressful than it needs to be. So he's trying to come back and square with it. See that front toe lift up? It's not the end of the world, but just what I'd rather see is just let it fold through and bring that back hip through and land, right where we're in a more squared up position here. Right now, all the energy comes off to the right, and then we end up back up this way because it goes up and then swings back around. Interesting. I mean, there's some good stuff here. It's just, I'd like to see the deceleration of the arm kind of stay loose and stay down, but I'm just not a big fan of that lift up right here, to be honest. I think I want to stay through it and then carry everything through around. If you got to go around more to the left and finish, but keep your eyes on frame, you might wear some, you might wear some comebackers in your hip or your legs, but I think it's better on the arm just to keep going and then relax and decel that way versus trying to come back up and over and then land and then my 2 cents on that, right? My opinion on that. So yeah, I think, what else did I miss? Anything, guys? I'm not sure. I'm trying to look through. Sometimes I go back through these and I look and I go, oh, I should have mentioned that, I should have talked about that, and I missed it. And I don't like to do that. I like to try to give you guys in the baseball community the best value as possible for free, right? To help. Man, I do like this angle. I just wish we were maybe holding the ball a little bit longer, but we can't because that left shoulder's dropping, so the timing of the release point becomes insufficient, I think. Yeah, I go back to this starting point right here. So this, this knee drops forward right here, and then that takes us this way instead of making it a little bit lesser approach, and then the knee can just go straight here, right? So I think that would be a little better. And then let's lose a little bit of that tilt line on the start. Go back to the channel, guys, and look at some of the drill work on finishing pieces. And then I do have some starting drill work as well that we can look at that might help. But let's start with balance and posture at the beginning. I think that'll be helpful. So this is 10-year-old Liam. I'm gonna close the video out. Thanks for all the support, baseball community. I appreciate you guys. If you want to send me a hat or a t-shirt, I've got the address in the video description section. And then don't forget to hit the like button. If you want to subscribe for more tips, drills, analysis, that type of thing, feel free to subscribe and pass and share the video information along. And thank you guys for reviewing with me. I think we're all getting a little bit better in this space and helping the youth of America get a little bit stronger at their pitching. Until I shoot the next video or record the next video, I'll see you guys next time. Have a great day.